That's right. A little Eric Thomas for you this morning. Get yourself fired up. Get yourself fired up. Again, I hope you're doing some of this stuff and listening to some of this stuff for yourself and not just Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 30 minutes, for 15 minutes. This is the type of stuff. Remember, we become what we think about, we become what we consume. I was just having this conversation with someone yesterday. If you ever want to change, it was with a younger person. I was coaching him. He's kind of interning for me, right? Like doing some things. And I was like, hey man, right? Like, how's your energy this summer? I'm coming off of a 10-day fast. I'm coming off of, right, just raw food and fruit for 10 days. So I got a ton of energy. My energy's high. And I'm like, hey man, listen, if you want to get your energy up, watch what you're consuming. If you want to change the outcome of something, watch what you're consuming with your eye gates, ear gates, in your mouth, right? What are you putting in? We know these things, garbage in, garbage out. We know that, right? You would tell your kids that garbage in, garbage out. Well, what garbage are you putting in? Because that's who you're going to become. What if we put in good things? What if we listen to good things? Eye gates, ear gates, put good things in. What if we did that and only good things went in? What do you think would be the outcome? You know the answer. Good things would come out, but we don't. We we put in some good and then we mix it in with some toxic stuff. Some toxicity gets in to our eye gates, ear gates, into our mouth when we eat fast food. That's toxicity, right? Alcohol, like those things are toxic to our body, right? What we watch is toxic to our thoughts, to our thinking process, but we do it out of entertainment, out of society, out of norms, out of all those things. We put in garbage. So no wonder we get garbage, right? We listen to garbage. We listened to it. I went through some therapy stuff, y'all, and I had to reflect that like one of the reasons as a kid, one of my friends liked me a bunch is because I had access to DMX and Eminem. Now, again, I'm a little bit older, right? So like when I had access to that at 10 years old, do you know what types of garbage was getting into my ears, right? Again, you just got to become aware of these types of things in your adult age, in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. What are you putting in? Because that's what you're going to become. And so listen to good things. Eric Thomas told you some things in there that, again, I know you know, but are we doing what we know, right? Execution and discipline. We know this gets us to the life that we want, right? You know, by executing, not by feeling your feelings, by executing, by saying, this is what needs to get done. Let's go execute on it. That and having discipline in your life, whether it's discipline around your calendar, discipline in what you watch, what you consume, discipline in where you go, disciplining your feelings, whatever it is, discipline and execution go hand in hand. You want to get to the life you don't need a break from? You want to get to that next version? Guess what? You probably got to up your discipline. You probably got to up your execution. You probably are executing at the highest level. And so these are things that we got to do. Hey, life got comfortable for many people. I hope it hasn't gotten comfortable for you. Life has gotten comfortable for a lot of people. You hear Eric Thomas in there, he's really talking to some athletes, right? He talks to a lot of athletes. So you heard him talk to, right, the college athlete, right? Like, hey, listen, you got to the big stage, people are watching you now. The worst thing is to go back, right, to where you were because you didn't take advantage of this opportunity. Well, in your life, are you comfortable? Are you comfortable making the amount of money you make? You're comfortable kind of being around the place that you're around? Like, you're very comfortable. It's not until we get uncomfortable. Why do I push y'all out of your comfort zone all the time? Because I know it's not until we get uncomfortable that we actually start making some changes. It's not actually till we hit the rock bottom, till we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, where there's really no options. It's like, I gotta do this or else. That's when we change. Unfortunately, that's when we change. If you could program yourself to just naturally change before you end up in the hospital because you're so sick, now you're like, "Ah, I got to change the way I eat or I got to get the stress out of my life." Yeah, because you ended up in the hospital. What if we could have stopped that beforehand? Ah, I had to file bankruptcy and I'm, 50 grand in debt and da da da. And now I need to fix my finance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like you could have fixed it a long time ago, right? We have to be in that mindset. Again, if you want to get to your ideal life, that's who I'm talking to, by the way. I always say that just for context. This is not for everybody because not everybody wants to grow. Not everybody wants to learn. Not everybody wants to get better. People are happy being where they're at. Some people, right? But for us, if we want to go off and design our ideal life, you got to start getting comfortable being uncomfortable. The life we have is not comfortable. You just got to start to get uncomfortable. Start with your vision every day. Eric Thomas said that. Start with your vision every day. This is supposing that you have a vision, that I've talked to you enough, that you've taken heed enough, that you've actually spent some time with yourself enough to write down, what do I want? What's the vision? Where am I going? What does my 5 year version from now, what does that look like? 10 years from now, what does that look like? You want to start talking wealth, right? What are my generations? What's my grandkids' life look like? Really, like what's my I'm probably gonna have some grandkids, God willing, right? Like what's their life gonna be? What are they gonna get born into? Are you thinking that far? Are you thinking about the vision? Or are we just day by day, "Oh, I'm just trying to get through today." That's middle class, that's society, that's not us. That's not us. You can't adapt that thinking. You got to start with your vision every day. It keeps you going. That sense of urgency. There is no tomorrow. What if that were your belief? What if that were your perspective? Right? You hear these scenarios, but like really take some time this morning and be like, man, what if I only had 48 hours left? Like I knew I only had 40. Like what would be different in your day? Would you call that person that you know you want to call? Would you spend the time at the job? Would you care so much about what the boss said? Would you do it if you only have 48 hours? Because you don't know if you do. But what if you did? Would your life be different? Would you operate life differently? Would you do a little bit more with your time, with your 24 hours that God gives us? Would you do a little bit more? Or would we be tired? Or would we be like, it's 48, but like, let me just sleep this one away? Of course not. You would go after it. You would do all the things that you know you need to do. Well, why not have that sense of urgency all the time? Why not have that sense of urgency that we're not promised tomorrow. You're not promised next week. You're not promised anytime. So do all the things you know you need to do today. Make the call today. Reach out to the person today. Change the eating habit today. Fix your, like today. You got to have that mindset. That's what this is. One of the last things I wrote down was because our perspective is different, our outcome is different. That's just telling you about mindset. Eric Thomas said it because our perspective, because I see this different, not that I'm going through different things, not that like I have a different challenge than you, not that I'm in a better place or no. Because my perspective is different, because I see this differently, I get a different outcome than you. Because I see pain and adversities and all those things differently than most people, I get a different outcome. Because I see money and opportunity and all those things differently, I get a different outcome. You can do the same. Get a different perspective on your own life and watch how your life changes. Watch how your life changes. These are things we all know. I'm not here to like preach at you to tell you like you got to do all these things, but like you know what to do. It's just we're not doing it. And you got to get to the root of like, why am I not doing it? If I want it, if I say I want it, if I have the vision, if I want, like, why am I not doing it? You have to get to the bottom of that at some point. One of the words you heard ET talk about a ton in there was opportunity. Opportunity. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class, it says, great ones never hesitate to seize opportunity. Are you seizing opportunity? Are you living every day to seize the opportunities that are in front of you? You have to seize the opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity. It says here, amateur performers are perpetually waiting for their ships to come in. They're waiting for the man on the white horse singing, here I come to save the day. The masses seemed content to wait, to inherit their fortune from some long lost rich relative or by winning the lottery. The casinos are full of amateurs looking for opportunities. The pros don't view opportunity as something to wait for, but as something they create for themselves. The more opportunities that the world class creates, the more that seem to come their way. Say that again. The more opportunities that the world class creates, the more that seem to come their way. The great ones know they are completely responsible for how their lives turn out. Average people keep hoping luck and circumstance will favor them. Meanwhile, the champions are out impacting the world. At the heart of this difference in philosophy is a lack of fear. The great ones are unafraid to fail at a new opportunity. They see opportunity as a game that must be played now while there's still time left on the clock. If they fail at that game, they move on to a new game. They just keep playing until they win. Amateurs are so paralyzed by the fear of losing that they never get in the game. And as a result, they never develop the courage and confidence to play at the world-class level. Security to the middle class is much more important than seizing opportunity. One more time. Security, comfort to the middle class is much more important than seizing opportunity. But like happiness, security cannot be sought directly. Security is an illusion created by the masses to justify not taking risks and fulfilling their potential. The great ones play the game and capitalize on every opportunity until the end. Meanwhile, the amateurs come into the end of their lives and arrive safely at death. That's not us. You're not playing this game so you can arrive safely at death, safely at the end. Because by the way, we're all going to die. We don't always want to hear that. We're all going to die. Do you just want to arrive safely there? Oh man, I got here. I got to the end and my life was good, right? Like, no, no, you want the risk. You want to play the game to win. We don't come back again. You want to play this game of life to win. You have to seize the opportunity. Security, comfort, that is an illusion. That is an illusion. When they forced us to have jobs and they said get a safe, secure job, that is an oxymoron. Like it can't happen. We're watching it happen. There's people that are not feeling safe and secure sitting at a job. They're worried that their time is going to be up. They're worried that like they're going to get fired. They don't want to, right? They don't want to stay there. Security is an illusion. You have to be more on the side of seizing opportunity. Can't do both of those things. You can't want and seek comfort and want to seize all the opportunities because that comes with risk. That comes with failure. That comes with growth. That comes with bumps and bruises and adversities and trying and not feeling good and all. Like that's what the seizing the opportunity comes from. The security comes from, man, I know what to do. I'm here. This is where I'm at. I know my role. My day is predictable. This is what I do. Even if it's not feelings we want to feel, it's comfortable. If you want to get to the life you don't need a break from, ladies and gentlemen, you got to switch this mindset. You got to switch this perspective. You got to seize opportunity. You got to take the risk. You got to be a little scared. You got to be a little nervous. You got to have some bigger faith, right? You got to grow your faith muscle. That's what has to happen. Using this time today to kind of shake you a little bit, say, hey, we don't know how long we got. We got to go seize the opportunity. Whatever opportunity is in your life, you got to go seize it right now. You got to go seize it right now. The quote here says the lack of opportunity is never the lack of opportunity is ever the excuse of the weak, vacillating mind. Opportunities. Every life is full of them. Every newspaper article is an opportunity. Every client is an opportunity. Every sermon is an opportunity. Every business transaction is an opportunity. An opportunity to be polite, an opportunity to be manly, an opportunity to be honest, an opportunity to make friends. There's opportunities all around us. Are you seizing them? Are you going after it? Or are we trying to be secure? Are we trying to be comfortable? Are we trying to just not feel what we're feeling? Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go off and get to the life you don't need a break from, my encouragement to you is use today to see some opportunities, to go after your goals and dreams, to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Do the thing that your future self is going to thank you for. It might not feel super comfortable right now. That's okay. That's okay because you're going to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's how we get to that ideal life. No other way. No shortcuts. No way to get around it. You got to sacrifice some things. You got to go through the adversity. You got to go through the pain. You got to grow. You got to grow up. We got to stop being soft. We're living in a real soft society. Even though we're a part of it, you got to notice people are soft, mentally soft, emotionally soft, right? Like just people get their feelings hurt all the time. Like people just don't have the mental toughness to get through. Like we're soft. Soft people don't live hard lives, right? Like they can get to hard places and do hard things. You gotta get mentally stronger, emotionally stronger to withstand, to build the capacity you need to handle the life that you're asking for. That's how we go off and do it, y'all. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. If nobody tells you, I'm always gonna tell you, you deserve to win, but you gotta go do the work. It's not just gonna fall on you. No one's just gonna give it to you. You're not just gonna trip and fall on a couple $1 million. Like that's not the way that this works. You have to grow your identity so you can get to that next version of yourself, y'all. All right. Hey, I'm not here Friday. I got a golf tournament. I don't think Zara is gonna be here either. So we're going to skip Friday, but we're going to come back on Monday. Tell all your friends, right? We're not going to be here Friday, but we'll be back on Monday, regular schedule. Go out this week, do something that scares you, push yourself out of your comfort zone, and I'll see you guys again on Monday. All right? Take care. Love you guys.